cooking time with Wab. All right. In my steak video last week, you will have remembered I put a couple of chicken stock cubes in the sauce, and that was the last of my chicken stock cubes. So I'm going to make some more chicken stock. This is a couple of days process. So we're going to make chicken stock. We're going to reduce the chicken stock down till it's like really rich. And then we're going to freeze that into ice cubes so that we have stock cubes in the freezer ready to go when I need them. That's the plan. Come along for the ride. What am I doing with this mic? Why can't I just hold the carrot like a real carrot? Hello, it's me, Carrot Chef. Bet you all want me to take a bite of the carrot. Not going to. Not today. What? A really big bite of carrot. I'm going to wash it. Anything? All right. Chicken stock. Basics. I have a mix of chicken bits in here. The more little bits of the chicken you can get, the better. So we have a mix of, this is trim from when I used Chicken Marylands. I cut the spine off. There's more chicken. We have bones from deboning. I think I've got a couple of carcasses in here. There's also a bunch of chicken necks I bought from the butcher. And these are great because they've got lots of connective tissue in them, which is going to give us more gelatin later on. You can also use chicken feet, the wing tips, like that little stupid end bit you can't eat. All that kind of stuff is really good here. It's going to give us lots of surface area. It's going to make more flavor. And also that connective tissue, really, really good. What we're going to do first, we're going to put a bit of tomato paste on these bones, give them a bit of a mix. Just a little bit, a couple of tablespoons. And then mix that together. That's going to kind of create like almost like a marinade. What it's going to do is the sugars in the tomato will help caramelize the chicken and give us more flavor in our stock later on. You can make a light colored chicken stock if you want, just by blanching the raw bones and using those instead of roasting them. I prefer the flavor that roasting the chicken gives, and that makes a better stock in my opinion. But look at that. Sink. So I'm going to lay them out, and what we're going to do, we're going to roast these on a really hot oven. Like I've got the oven on 220 fan force, and we're just going to get a heap of color on these bones, get them nice and caramelized. Into the oven. I reckon every 20 minutes or so, we're going to give them a mix around so we get lots of color on the outside, because obviously the ones in the middle of the tray aren't going to get any color. The ones on the outside will. So we're going to keep mixing them around. This will take about an hour. This is a recipe that takes a bit of time. Like, you're looking at about 4 to 5 hours just for the stock. And then we're going to reduce it for a few hours. And then we're going to freeze that stuff. So there's quite a bit of time required here, but the outcome's worth it. It also gives us a chance to use up a lot of our leftovers. So like a lot of that stuff, like I bought the chicken necks from the butcher because I wanted more chicken than I had. All the bones that I had, all the carcasses, that's all just from day to day. We just chuck that in a bag in the freezer, just keep adding to it till the bag's full, then make stock. Same with the vegetable trim here. So this is all just trim from just random soup stocks, sauces, all that kind of stuff, whatever I'm making. This is all going to go in there as well. So we're going to chuck, it's all stuff like usual suspects for stock, your onion, carrot, celery, leek, any herb stalks, like oregano stalks in there, some thyme stalks. I've got some parsley in the fridge I'm going to add as well. I'm also going to add some more veg as well, just because I've not got quite as much as I'd like. And this is skins and all. This is all extra flavor. We don't need to worry about it. We're not going to eat it. Well, you can. We're going to cut it up into small bits, because the more surface area we have, the more flavor we're going to be able to extract from these vegetables. And that's the same for the chicken. That's why we use the necks and the wing tips and stuff, because those all have more flavor than big bits. And I washed my carrot after biting it. Now we wait. So it's been about 20 minutes. Got a bit of colour on these bones. Give them a little twizzle. Twizzle is the technical chefy term for what we're doing. We're twizzling. So we're going to do that one more time. The fuck was that? Alrighty, we're back. As you can see, I'll zoom in on this one. Got lots of colour all over the chicken bones. And they're going to go in our pot now. Use a towel because the tray is hot. There will be a lot of liquid in the bottom of the pot. There will be a lot of liquid in the bottom of the tray as well. That's going in there as well. That's all just yum. We want all the yum in there. Lots of yum. So get them in. Last few things to add in. Pass this off now, actually. We need to add some water. We're going to just cover above the chicken. We're not going to fill it all the way to the tippy top. We just want to cover the chicken. Yeah, this should be enough.
A few moments later.
Great. Sure. Evenly distributed. I reckon that's enough. Beautiful. All right. Last few things to add in. Now, we're not going to add any salt to this. We're going to leave it salt-free because we're going to use these super potent reduced chicken stock cubes in other soups and sauces and stuff, which we're then going to season. So this will be salt-free. We are going to add peppercorns and bay leaves. I don't know what these actually do, but if I don't put them in, Big Bay Leaf will come get me and take off my chefy license. So I need to put bay leaves in there. Turn it on. Thank you. I'm going to crank this up and bring it to the boil. What I didn't mention before, use cold water for your stock. It gives the chance, as it heats up, to bring any impurities to the surface, which we're going to skim off in a moment. All right, I'm going to turn this down a bit, so I don't want it boiling too hard. So what will come to the top as we cook this is all the impurities from on the bones and stuff. So lots of like scum, lots of oil. Oil I'm not too worried about because we're going to refrigerate this between making the stock and then reducing it. What I do want to get out is all the little scummy bits that float to the top, because there's loads of scum, because that's just going to add calcium and like bitterness to the stock. We don't want to do that, especially considering any flavor we impart in this stock is going to be intensified by reducing it. That looks good. Fuck that off. I'm going to put the lid back on this to keep as much of the flavor in as possible. I'm just going to keep that on a low heat for about 2 hours. We'll check it. You don't have to do too much. But yeah, 2 hours should be good. Alrighty. It's been hours. So, because we roasted the bones, we used tomato stock, we've got a nice golden color to our stock. It definitely, yeah, it's like a nice light brown, sort of a tan color. Almost like the color of roast chicken. How weird. Tastes like chicken. Perfect. What we're going to do now, turn this off. We're going to strain this. So I need to find my strainer. Beautiful. Strain it into another pot. Ah, fuck. Fucking splash it everywhere while you're doing it. What I'm trying to avoid is all those bones like kaplunking out all at once. So I'm just pouring it gently. Just letting it. So yeah, they're trying to fuck off. Don't. Take some of these out. Chuck them in the compost. If you've used mostly carcasses for this, you can actually pick through and find plenty of meat on them. And you can save that meat for omelets or whatever, egg bites. But I've used necks, which don't have a lot on them. So we're not going to bother with that today. All right. Beautiful. That all goes in the compost. So we're going to pop this chicken stock in the fridge now, and that's going to allow us to let it set. And all the oil will come to the top, which we can pick off with a spoon, basically. Just scoop it off, chuck it in the bin. That's going to keep our chicken stock nice and clear. So let's get that in the fridge and come back tomorrow. Welcome back. It's tomorrow. I transferred the chicken stock into a bowl because that pot didn't fit in my fridge. As you can see, the chicken stock has solidified in the bowl now, and the scum and the fat have all come to the top. What we can do is just scrape this off with a spoon and then chuck that in the bin and keep the stock nice and clean. So I'll scrape this off now, making sure to get it all off the sides, trying to avoid scooping up that good chicken stock, just getting the fat off the top. You can also use a strainer, which this boom strainer. That'll make it a lot easier to get the fat off without losing any of the chicken stock. Now that we're left with just nice clean chicken stock, we're going to put this back in our pot and reduce it down, including all that stuff at the bottom there, all that. We're going to scrape it out with a spatula. That's all gelatin. We're going to want that later to make the beautiful rich chicken stock. So get all that in there, all that jelly goodness, get it in, and then we're going to crank this up and reduce it down. So now we want the lid off the pot because we want that water to evaporate. We're just going to like boil it down. There's no more impurities in there to like impart flavor, so we just want to now just cook it. All right, fuckos. Alrighty, this has been going for. And the mic's died again. Fuck. Sorry. All right. So this has been cooking down for a couple hours now. It's now down. We started with about 4 liters of chicken stock. We're down to about 400 mils. What we're going to do is get this out of the pot into a jug and then split it up into our ice cube trays. As you can see, that's quite a dark color now. So that golden color we started with is like reduced and intensified. That's just adding flavor. All we've cooked off is the water. All that's left now is chicken flavor and yum. So let's get these into the ice cube trays and then chuck them in the freezer. All done. There we go. And these will need to freeze overnight because of the high gelatin content. It will take longer to freeze than regular water. So let's just get them in the freezer. I'll see you on day 3. Day 3 of the chicken stock expedition. They're finally frozen. Because they're high in gelatin, they actually take quite a while to freeze. Pop them out. And that's it. Chicken stock cubes. Each of these is 1 cup of chicken stock. So add them to your sauces and a bit of water. Done. That's literally it. There's not much more to do in the video now. You can keep watching if you want. These go in the freezer. Probably take about 3-4 weeks to get through all these. But they'll last for 3 months.